information. U.S. intelligence sources tell CBS News they are now confident Iran shot down a Ukrainian jetliner near its own capital Wednesday morning. That means Iran killed 176 people, including more than 80 of its own citizens, by mistake. Sources tell CBS News the evidence comes from satellites and other sources. The jet, a Boeing 737, went down as Iran's military was on high alert in the chaotic hours following its missile attack on U.S. forces in Iraq, in retaliation for that U.S. drone strike on Iran's top general. Tonight, Iranian officials are doing all they can to dispute this. We'll have more from Tehran in just a moment, but Chris Van Cleve leads us off with what the U.S. says that new intelligence shows.
Startling new security camera video apparently captures the flaming wreckage of Ukraine International Airlines Flight 752 rain down. U.S. officials tell CBS News the plane had just been struck in midair by 2 Iranian missiles. Most of the 176 on board were from Iran, and at least 63 were Canadian. Just after 6 Wednesday morning, as the Boeing 737 was climbing after takeoff from Tehran's airport, U.S. intelligence picked up signals of Iranian radar locking onto the plane. U.S. satellites detected the surface-to-air missiles were launched. Then came the explosion, about 2 minutes into the flight.
Okay, family. So this is so odd because when just looking at the bodies that they have, from the way they were saying it, as though the missiles went into the plane, blew up the plane in midair, and when it came down, when you see the body bags, they're like bodies like you would think that they would be completely burned. So I just find it to be odd. So it says Iranian officials have denied claims, of course, as you heard. So they're denying it. It was 176 people killed, 82 Iranians, 63 Canadians, 11 Ukrainians, and 10 Swedish, and 4 Afghans, and 3 German, and 3 British nationals. So I guess the question would be, who really was on this plane? I mean, because it just really, so many going back and forth. Oh, we warned America that we were going to do it. Oh, we warned Iraq we were going to do it. Well, did Iraq warn America? Was this all set
This video
up?
shows the moment of impact. And here, the plane on fire, crashing to the ground. Federal officials say missile pieces like this one appear to have been found near the crash scene. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
The families of the victims and all Canadians want answers. I want answers. That means closure, transparency, accountability, and justice. And this government will not rest until we get that.
She's a really good person. Really good.
Omedar Salani lost his sister, her husband, and his 16-month-old niece.
Every moment. Say, I'm going to wake up and it's a nightmare and it's over and it's home. And I'm going to knock on her door. She'll open.
President Trump told reporters he had suspicion something happened to that plane.
It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood. So made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question, personally.
Iranian military units were on high alert 4 hours after Iran fired missiles at 2 bases rock home to U.S. troops. The FAA had warned U.S. pilots to avoid the area.
And Chris joins us tonight. How could Iran shoot down a commercial flight filled with its own citizens?
Well, sources are telling us President Trump was worried about this exact scenario playing out in Iran. We know that plane was sending out a signal identifying itself as a commercial airliner. It was flying away from the conflict zone, and that radar operator that lit up able to see that it originated airport. One expert we talked to said common sense should have prevailed. It appears instead a horrific mistake when tensions were running very high.
Incredibly horrific. Chris, thank you.
And to add to that, really, their people were on the plane. Their people were more so on the plane. Okay, and they're shooting missiles. Wouldn't they would told the far as the airport, the whole all flights? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, family. I tell you, you just can't trust these people. They actually had some pictures, and I thought I had it of the actual scene a little bit, and you can see the body bags. And I know it's not easy, and prayers go out to the family that they will get through this. And I know, like, the young man was crying. You expect to get on a flight and expect to make it back wherever you're going, or either where you're going to. So I thought I saw I'm just trying to get there, family. Let me see. No, that's some of the scene. You see how it's just ripped up? The airplane is just ripped up, but you would see the bodies, like, through, you could see the imprint of the bodies, not the body itself, but the shape. And you would think that they will be, burned to all capacity. That's why I'm saying that doesn't add up. And if Iran did not do it, then, why wouldn't they if they wanted to shoot the missiles, contact the airport and say no flights, pausing for flights. I just, that doesn't add up. And then it shows that 2 missiles hit them. So it just that, again, wickedness in high places, All right, there it goes. So you can see these are the body bags. And then there was a shoes that they showed were like a high top gym shoes. And you might say, well, they were only 2 minutes going up off the actual ground, but in the air, unless that's another whole film, they were really higher up. And for the 2 missiles to hit it, and it didn't blow up all together, but you see how the pieces are just all over everywhere. It just doesn't add up, family. So, wow.